Now let's take a look around the user interface and get an idea where everything is. On the left side over here, you have your tracks. And these can be either audio, MIDI, or folder tracks. As you can see, this project already has a collection of tracks in it. And on each track, you've got a volume fader. You can also change the track height of each track, and that just reveals some more options. And then you've got some extra functions along here, which I'll cover in this series, and then we'll also go through some of these as well. So as you can see, when you expand it up, you've also got a pan control for each track. And also, these buttons over here change the track height. So if I click this plus sign, it increases that track height here, or I can just click this minus sign to decrease the track height. Then you've got your tools at the top here, for example, creating new files, saving files, through to some editing functions like cutting, snapping, crossfades, and so on. So there's quite a selection of tools here, and we're going to go through these through this series. Then next, jumping across into this big area over here, this is your range area with a timeline showing you where audio clips are within the time of this arrangement. And this white line over here is the playback cursor. You can see as I click to different areas, it changes that location. So if I press spacebar or hit this play button, it's going to play back where I last left this playback cursor. So I start playback. Now watch, if I click over here, it changes the playback locator to there. So if I stop playback with spacebar and then playback again, it's going to start from this playback locator. I feel the summer in the air. Click somewhere else and play again. So this is a slightly different way compared to other DAWs with the default playback behavior, but it's actually quite nice because you can start playing back, place your cursor to a different location, and then when you stop and start again, it'll start from there. Then I did show you over here, you can use this to change the zoom of the track heights, but you can also use these buttons over here to change the horizontal zoom in on the arrangement. Or you can use the shortcuts. So this one is the up arrow, zoom out is down. Then for the track height, it's shift control up or down to change the track height. Now let's go on to this lower panel over here. This is the Explorer tab in the Browse panel. So it allows you to go through to explore different audio files in your system and then bring them into the project. There's also different tabs here. This is showing you the groove pool with different grooves. You've got your plugin manager and then also the chopper feature. But you can also show different windows in this lower pane. So let me show you how this is done. If I go to the View tab, which is on the menus up here, and choose to show the mix console, it opens it up in this lower pane. But I can also close it, then it removes it. But if I go and view the mix console again, it shows the mixing console over here again. If I click this button, it expands it to show the whole section in this lower pane, or I can go back here and then I can grab this to increase the height showing these different things. Now let's open up another view and see what we can do. Let's say we open up the video preview. Now that opens it up over here. But if I drag these little buttons over here, this detaches this window from the low pane. So now this video preview is sitting in a floating window by itself, and you can also do the same with the mix console. Now let's see how you drag this back. You just take it and hover it over there, and you see how it locks, and that's adding it back there. And I can add the video preview as well, or close those if I don't want to see them. And like you've sort of already seen, your playback function over here is housed within this transport control. So here you can record tracks, you can choose your loopback, your playback, pause, stop. You can go to the start of your song, back to the beginning, and enable your metronome and count off. And like I've shown you, obviously you've got your menu functions at the top over here. You've seen your preferences where you go and do your audio setup, but we'll go through some of these others through the course of the series. Now, Acid's biggest selling point is how it works with tempo and pitch. And what you've got over here is a slider that changes the project tempo. And then you've also got the time signature and key. Now, what I want to quickly show you is how you can edit this slider to change the timing of your project. So we're going to play this back and quickly move it and change the key and see how flexible Acid is with timing and pitch. So let's see how this goes. Let's start the playback. Now let's increase the tempo. Now the tempo has jumped up to about 168. Slow it down. And it just seamlessly changes the tempo after you've made the change. And double click this to get it back to the default tempo. And let's change the key. Maybe let's change it to D. And that's pitched it up. Or pitch it down. When I look up to the sky, I keep myself from illuminating bright. So that really is the biggest feature or selling point of Acid. It's how it actually adapts between tempo changes and pitching. And how this works is that the audio clips that are added into Acid are analyzed with their pitch and timing so that when you make these changes, but we'll get into how to work with these audio clips and how to acidize them so that it takes on this functionality. So that's the interface for you. You'll get a better idea as we start exploring more of the other functions and menus. So next up, let's take a look at audio clips and how you add them into a project.